Chris Davies. Chris, a pretty manic deadline day. Talk us through the deal that obviously went through very late, which sees Will Hayward become a Blue and Charlie Curnow become a Swan.
Yeah, getting in 3 first-round picks for the future for the club is an outstanding result. Bringing in a player of the calibre of Will, with the number of games he's played, the experience he brings, the actual attributes he has, we think will make a significant difference to us in 2026. And bringing those picks in give us a great deal of flexibility for the future with the players we've got potentially coming in from a draft perspective over the next couple of years, and with Tassie coming into the competition in a couple of years' time, it sets us up really with great flexibility, which is we can really ask when you're leaving a trade period.
What was it about Will that made the club so keen to bring him on board?
Well, I think that the club had ongoing interest in Will over a period of time. Certainly his ability to get up the ground, to influence the way that we go inside 50 will be a significant thing for the club to add. We certainly wanted to add some players through this trade period that can help us with our outside sort of run and some help with ball use, and we think we've been able to do that.
Carlton first has been the key message from the club in the last few weeks. How important was it that with Charlie Curnow departing, got the best deal for the club? Yeah,
that's why it went as late as it possibly did, and we had at different points today a view whether it would happen or not. In fact, up till very late, we probably thought that was a no, but then Sydney came to the party with some of the things that we were asking. So we're happy to end the trade period in the way that we have. We've certainly given the coaches a great deal of flexibility with the way that we go about things, and we feel like from that draft pick perspective, we've helped the club for the future, which is going to be really important.
It was the second of 2 deals with the Swans on deadline day. Ollie Florent became a Blue when the window opened earlier today. Tell us about that deal.
Yeah, well, I mean, Ollie is another player who's played over 150 games of AFL footy, and he had some battles this year, but we really think that he comes into our team and helps to make us better. So again, a player who has an outstanding capacity to get up and down the ground. It's an area of need for our club, and we think it will be better for Ollie Florent to be at our club into the future.
What conversations have been had with those two guys about how keen they are to get stuck into life in Navy Blue?
Yeah, I mean, the great thing is they're both outstanding people, firstly, and want to play for Carlton into the future. They're both ecstatic and happy to end this trade period coming to the Blues.
It is the first time ever that a club has had 6 first-round picks heading into 3 years with the 2 years in advance. That must set the club up in a really good spot when you mentioned guys like Harry Dean and Cody Walker before.
Yeah, and that's, you've got one eye on those deals when you're doing the deal for Charlie to leave the club, and ultimately when our supporters think about that, I know it's easier to start thinking about future picks with names in mind, and in our situation, clearly we've got Harry, who has the capacity to get to us this year, and Cody, who we think is also going to be an outstanding player. So having the resources to be able to know that we've got the capacity to bring them into the future is a significant win for our club, and one that shouldn't be understated.
Trade period on the whole, do you feel like it was a week and a half that got the best result possible for the Carlton Football Club?
Yeah, I do. I mean, obviously we're disappointed to miss out on Buku, but at the same time, what we've done is we've brought in a significant number of players who will give greater optionality to the coaches, and certainly add things to our group that we haven't probably had and that we think we need into the future. So I leave the trade period very comfortable with the work that we've done, and happy that the club has the players coming in and the flexibility that we need for the future.
Thanks, Chris.
No worries.